It almost felt like I was living in a simulation this past weekend, eerily similar to weekends I had back in
You're in the Matrix.
early 2024, starting my new save file for Palworld, getting lost.
Palworld? Oh, did something happen to Palworld? Why is everyone and their mother playing it right now? I keep seeing all the streamers. 1.0? Oh, the full release.
In space and time, entire days just gone, an unreasonable number of, I need to do this one last thing.
Oh, hold up. No, you know what? I will stay here because she will go next to me anyways.
Albeit, this
Ha. See, there you go. I don't even have to put myself there. She's right there. Where she belongs. Mwah.
time around, I was a little less sad and a little less pudgy. Growth. But on top of Palworld hitting Steam chart highs for the second time,
Dude, now I feel kind of lame. I actually never played Palworld. Never, ever, ever.
it has been a very busy week. Sony is now actively getting sued over anti-consumer behavior.
Hooray! I'm happy for that. Fuck Sony.
Ubisoft sold 2 million copies of Black Flag Resynced, and
I am not happy for that. Fuck you and censoring my shit boobas.
we somehow got two of the worst summer blockbusters within a couple weeks of each other. But mostly, we saw two sides of the same coin. We got Triumph and Palworld, which,
You know, one day people will realize that when they make superhero movies and it's like a bunch of like, let's be real, most comic fans are a bunch of dudes who don't really date girls, right? So they don't really want to see a realistic version of it. They want to see the chick with the big tits and super fat ass looking actresses playing it. And don't get me wrong, I actually really like this actress. I have watched many TV shows with her, but they always make them so safe, so padded, so not visually interesting to look at. Like, she's not ugly, obviously. She's a very pretty girl, but like, it's not an Angelina Jolie, you know? Like, remember back then how Tomb Raider was, or even Wonder Woman. Think about the outfit of Wonder Woman.
coin. We got Triumph and Palworld, which against all odds fought against Nintendo,
But
against
yet,
the Pokemon
nah.
fanboys preying on its downfall, and just hit almost 860,000 concurrent players on Steam.
I'm checking that. Hold up. Palworld. Don't give me your error. I don't care about. Why is there so many Palworld? Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Damn. Boy. I mean, obviously, it started out like crazy, but that was like 2024. But that's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Honestly, even the standby is pretty good. Oh my god, dude, Martha must be jealous as fuck. I need to check. I'm sorry. I need to... you're right here. I needed to know. I just needed to know. So close. High Guard is not a game anymore. It's done. High Guard is done. What about Destiny? Yeah. God damn, man. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I like that.
And we also got full public meltdowns in what is currently happening over at Bethesda. One of these studios
Dude, what's up with Bethesda? I keep hearing that there is something up with Bethesda. I was sick for like over a week and I am out of the loop.
has worked very diligently to earn your time and money, and one of them thinks that they are
Fallout 5? Fallout? This is Fallout 5?
just entitled to it. But first, let's catch up on a few things. Sony still has not said a single word about the physical media backlash. They have just kept marching on, posting, while getting absolutely bodied in their comment sections across every platform,
PlayStation is getting bullied on the internet and I am living for it.
which is weirdly kind of impressive. I don't know, I won't lie. Meanwhile, 2 days after announcing discs are going to die, their CEO sold off more than half of his personal stake in the company.
I would say that's not a good sign. When your own CEO gets rid of half of the company stock, I would say that might be like a heads up that yeah, about that.
About $4.5 million worth, and several other executives
Shit.
sold that exact same week too. And now they are staring down a lawsuit north of $450 million over exactly this. No discs or resale market or alternative to their storefront, just Sony alone deciding what a game should cost and how long you get to play it for.
That's crazy. I can just imagine Gaben just like doing nothing, and it's like, we made the GameCube, but I don't even have to do anything else. They are just all falling.
So the plan right now for them seems to be say nothing, let people crash out, and silently hope that GTA 6 fixes everything.
I mean, not everything. Maybe there will be definitely a spike because who uses Xbox anyway? But fix?
Black Ops 1 and 2 ports dropped and immediately shot to the top of the PlayStation charts. Everyone was so excited, and then everyone found out that they had shipped the entire 2012 experience all over again, including the hackers. A decade of old problems came right back along with the new games, and Activision ended up having to pull whole playlists down. Thankfully, they did fix it though, which means the 3-act story is now complete. Old COD humiliates new COD, old COD immediately breaks, and Activision somehow swoops in to save the day. Meanwhile, Black Ops 7 is still just sitting over there in the corner. Over in the world of movies, Moana and Supergirl are currently locked in a battle for which summer blockbuster gets to lose the most money.
Can I just say that I'm very happy that Moana is losing money? I hate the live action Disney slap. I hate it so much. There's no need for it. No one needs it. It's lame as hell. No one cares. You know? Literally no one cares. If they would have any marbles, they would go back and spend all this live action money on actual animation. It's so obvious that people crave the 2D animation. In a world where everything is 3D and kind of dull and sloppy, you want like the whimsy of magic and everything.
And it is looking pretty neck and neck for now, so congrats to both. Then, of course, there is the Black Flag remake, and even though I loved the original game, I am personally not quite ready to give Ubisoft my money. But credit where credit is due. They sold 2 million copies in a single day with no players engaged wording to be found anywhere, and became the very first Assassin's Creed game ever to break 100,000 concurrent players on Steam. They also dropped essentially what is a battle pass.
I still can't believe that they fucked up Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's actually so sad.
Into it, along with $85 worth of DLC, which has reportedly already made $1 million on top of the game sales. People have also been sharing clips of how beautiful the game looks, and somebody decided that included a close-up of a female NPC.
See, this is why we have the weirdos. When you cover up the tits and they are just a crumble of female, and then you get the feet people. The next is gonna be the armpit people. I blame all the big companies. This is what we have to work with, man. You know, they're just like, oh my god. Feet.
His feet, which currently has tens of thousands of likes on it. Speaking of female NPCs, on top of toning down some...
well, I mean, come on. They cannot look at their beautiful faces. There's nothing else to look at, so I guess, yeah, feet.
Of the female character designs, they also censored the figurehead on a boat. Keep in mind, this is an M-rated game. You spend the entire time slitting through...
Killing people, yes. Looking at the female upper body, I don't think so. Stop right there, criminal scum.
Roads blowing up ships full of human beings, but somebody had to sit in a meeting and spend time and spend money making sure that the wooden lady up front got a bra. This next one has been on my mind for a while, so Love in Deep Space for anyone
Oh god. Oh god. I love the Love and Deep Space drama. I really do. It just shows you how women gamers are so incredibly toxic. But so toxic. Oh, you heard? Ah, dude, it was everywhere. It's crazy. You know, there is no one more dangerous than a woman who who is trying to protect her smut and her beloved characters, her beloved not real fictional husbandos? Question mark.
Familiar is an enormous Otome gacha game.
A horny woman, yeah. A horny woman.
Over 80 million downloads, and to be very clear, it is a
Please sponsor me. I would love to play this game. every time I look at videos of it, it's so embarrassing. I would not survive it. Their cutscenes, I saw it on YouTube. Some of their cutscenes are like basically dry humping, like just straight up, you know. Like everyone is bitching about like Genshin, like having short skirts. Meanwhile, these boys are like just straight up rubbing against you like the PogChamp fish. And I'm like, oh my god. What is this?
Girl Gooner game. And last month, they announced
Crazy.
a sixth love interest named Valko, who is a werewolf tech CEO.
I had a feeling that he would be a werewolf tech CEO, but of course, many such cases.
But it got backlash because a chunk of the player base was mad that a brand new character was pulling resources from the team when the 5 guys already in the game are apparently starving for more content. And then it escalated. There were reportedly real-world protests and
Love and Deep Space is in major trouble. Millions of players have unfollowed them across social media. Millions of negative comments have been left across their video. Chinese players have also sent cow dung, funeral chrysanthemums, curse banners, and ritual items. Oh, well, thank God that they didn't overreact about it, you know? Very reasonable crash out, actually.
allegedly someone put poop inside of the company's lockers. So favorite
As one does when your husband doesn't get attention. Yeah.
games just canceled him completely, even though he was fully ready to go, fully voice acted, cinematics finished, and then
Bro, what a waste.
the other half of the fan base lost it, and the petition to bring Valko back cleared 300,000 signatures in about 4 days. For
Oh my god. What do you women want? We don't know. When do you want it? Right now. Oh my god. Can you just break up your mind? What the fuck?
scale, the biggest petition against Sony ending physical media was about 200,000 the last time I checked. So
oh my god.
it just goes to show, never underestimate the power of gooners. Which brings me to
Yeah, the power of horny females.
Fortnite, yet again, whose summer collab with DC
Can I just say that every time I see anyone talk about Love and Deep Space, is like a chick in like their early to mid 30s. Like it's clearly the time where you should get a real life husband and not a digital husband. And they talk about it so seriously. Like so seriously, like min-maxing the banners and everything. It's crazy. Like, I don't mind personally, but like, holy shit, man. So, Rizky, you were saying it's yeah. I know.
Comics just added bikini skins and tiny Batman swim shorts.
Aww. Okay, but does it have a gigantic dick like Captain America in Marvel Rivals? Does it? Does it really? I saw that people were freaking out about this, by the way. Hold up, let me just pull up a little something. They have been freaking out because, right, like they are a little bit like more attractive, question mark. And it's like Fortnite's matured content is raising alarm for parents. Many are removing the game for their kids and demanding better ratings and parental controls. Mind you, I see sluttier looking women every time I go to the beach. Which is like never. But if I would go to the beach, you would see so much sluttier girls than this. Like, that's insane. It's just a bikini. It's not even like they don't even have like omega tits or anything. Honestly, it just kind of looks like a Barbie doll. It's nothing even special.
The Marvel Rivals approach, I see. It looks
Rivals
like
already have parental control.
Yeah. Well, clearly this needs to, because oh my god, look at that ankle. Oh my god.
they have finally remembered that they are rated T for teen. But moving on.
I think they finally remembered that attractive women will attract horny teenagers. I know it's crazy, but they do. Okay? Teenage boys are about to like hump literally anything. If you would give them a paper cutout of like some big titty girl, they would hump that shit too. So I don't know how to tell you, but I think their marketing is working.
From all of that, I have watched Bethesda utterly crash out in headlines this whole past week, and I just cannot believe how much they keep digging themselves into a hole. It has been a whole saga at this point, but with all of the restructuring happening over at Xbox, Bethesda devs have now come out to say that the Elder Scrolls 6 could be getting delayed.
Of course. I mean, of course. Surprise, surprise.
You know, the same game that was announced 8 years ago. And
8 years ago? Was it 8 years ago? No way. No. There's no way they announced it
Take
8
it
years
from me,
ago.
someone who does not step outside other than to go see my mother and to get groceries. The beach is full of our 18+ women. Trust me, a VTuber who destroys plant life as cool definitely, 2026.
No, but for real. My goodness.
And the reason that they are giving is the recent layoffs. They have fewer people now, legacy not.
You know, you wouldn't have to protect the kids. Let's just tell every woman to stay in the kitchen. See, easy. If they can never leave, then you don't have to cover up the boys' eyes. Bigot? No, hear me. I'm already in the kitchen, full time. As a full-time kitchen dweller, I think this is an excellent idea. Yeah, just eliminate all the children. You know, I'm fine with that too. Can I get like a road roller or something? Just give me the keys. I can do it.
Knowledge is walking out of the door, and their proprietary engine, which if we are being honest, mostly runs on vibes, is going to be pretty challenging for newer contractors and devs to work with. And while
you know what they need, Bethesda? I think they need 14 layers of management. I think that would really help them.
I'm not denying that this is true, and I'm sure that there have unfortunately been some long-term, really talented people swept up in all of this. This game was announced 8 years ago. Skyrim released 15 years ago.
Bro, 8 years ago, if a child was being born when they announced it that it's coming, this child already started school. They are in like their second year of like primary school. That's crazy.
A wave of cuts right now is what is delaying this game. What exactly has been happening for the past decade? Since Skyrim, outside of ESO and Fallout 76, Bethesda has developed Fallout 4 and Starfield, just 2 single-player launches in 15 years, one of which was supposed to be the very big Xbox console seller and was not. But it turns out that somebody above Bethesda has also been asking these same questions ever since she took over, and her name is Asha Sharma. Asha took over for Phil Spencer back in February, and among other changes, she has made it very clear that she is done waiting on Bethesda's big games. I mean, somehow we have gotten 2 full seasons of a live-action Fallout show while the studio...
I still haven't watched the second season. I was told it's not as good. It's a shame because I did like the first season.
that owns Fallout hasn't shipped a new mainline game in over a decade, so reportedly Asha...
You know, on one hand, I thought that having this series is fun. On the other hand, who really cares? Like, normies are not going to watch Fallout. They are not going to vibe with it. Gamers would much rather play the game than watch it. So it's like sort of like a very niche community who would care for it.
I went over to Obsidian.
A lot of people Was it?
The New Vegas people canceled the Avowed sequel they were working on. thank goodness, cut about a quarter of the studio and pointed everything that is left
Aww. No Avowed 2, but it was so okay.
at a brand new Fallout game. The whole situation is kind of like when your mom would ask you to take the trash out and then ask you again a day later, and then wait a truly generous amount of time while you sit there doing absolutely nothing about it until she finally walks over, picks up the bag herself, obviously not happy, and goes, "Fine. I'll do it myself." Now, having your own IP pulled out from underneath you is a pretty extreme thing to have happen, but it doesn't happen out of nowhere. Like we talked about in my last video, Asha explained in her memo that in a typical year, Xbox has been losing 64 cents on every dollar that they have put into their studios. The sizes of the studios grew exponentially while the player base and the sales all went down, so she has decided to flatten the whole
Hear me out. One day people will realize that adding hot chicks into their game will help with the sales. It's not today, but soon. Soon they will realize. Like Fortnite is already there, okay? We're so close. We're so close.
thing out, taking as many as 14 layers of management. Yes, 14 across some of these studios down to 5, maybe even 3, with a big refocus on games that actually bring in players and drive revenue, which, as you can probably guess, has not gone over well with some of the devs. There are organized protests from the Bethesda union members happening this week. There was a memorial in the Bethesda
Why is everyone being so dramatic? Fucking funeral memorial.
lobby, framed photos,
Jesus.
notes, and flowers. I will be honest with you, when I first saw the pictures, I actually thought it was a memorial for devs who had, like, passed away. It wasn't. And then I learned HR made them take it down almost immediately because it was deemed inappropriate for a common area. But it didn't stop there. The Bethesda union took to the one place where they knew that their call to arms would be heard: Blue Sky.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Blue Sky. Out of all the places that, yeah. Okay.
The players are. Sorry, or the people who post about the players are. The same players Bethesda has ignored for over a decade, asking fans to call Microsoft on their behalf, and the
Hello, Microsoft. I would like to file a complaint.
reason that we are supposed to give Microsoft for leaving Bethesda alone and letting them go back to doing who knows what is the concept of Elder Scrolls 6, which probably right now is looking a little something like this.
You know, instead of finishing Elder Scrolls, you know what would be good? Adding new microtransactions to like Fallout 76 or something. Oh, yeah. I think that would be good. Nah, for real.
Oh god, I can't look.
A white skeleton. I guess deep down, we're all white in a way.
Don't.
Fuck. I almost spit onto my keyboard. What the fuck?
Say that.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
But if you think that is ridiculous, those same union members went to our beloved gaming journalists to make sure we all know that they will not be silent about any of this, saying, "We
Dude, if anything, that's the only commonality between gaming journalists. They are never fucking silent. They don't know how to stay silent. They just simply don't.
need to show management right now that we mean business, so they will probably take care of our fellow coworkers and think twice before ever attempting something like this again." And yes, that does kind of sound like the type of threat I would see from a Discord mod before getting banned because of my tone. Now, as a reminder, Microsoft has been losing 64 cents on every dollar. Fallout 76 launched the way Fallout 76 launched. Starfield was not the console seller that they had wanted. It has been 15 years since the last Elder Scrolls, and because they have now sat on it for so long, their own IP is being handed off to a sister studio because their new mom does not trust them to get the job done anymore. And the demand Bethesda is making to management after all of that is to
Aw, mommy. No, I promise I can do my homework. Please, mommy.
think twice. I don't know. I feel like Bethesda thinks we are really dumb, and I am not just saying this to defend Microsoft, the billion-dollar company, but acting like consequences showing up now for 10 to 15 years of poor management, decision-making, and twiddling your thumbs on your most popular IPs are somehow completely.
Can I just say that I still think it's insane that games are taking this long to finish, and I actually don't think it's the development time. I think it's like the management just jerking off half the time. I said, oh, I want this. Oh, no, maybe I want this. Okay, I will have to speak with like 5 other dudes. Like, it's not normal that a game takes 8 years. 8 years. Are you crazy? That's so much.
Completely coming out of
It's like a decade working on something that is a game.
nowhere is crazy to me. What is funny is I've always thought of Bethesda as just a really slow studio. Yes, Skyrim, like many of their games, launched full of bugs, but it was just such a generational experience that you could look past it, and it is still one of my favorite games of all time. But 15 years in between sequels does not make you a slow company. 15 years in between
It's like they make one game in a lifetime. The next one is going to be in 50 years for the new generation.
sequels and 15 years of nobody ever telling you no apparently makes you insanely comfortable. Comfortable enough to be bought for $7.5 billion, largely for the games that you won't make, and then act shocked when you lose one of those IPs that you've sat on for a decade. Comfortable enough that management asking you to do your job is the part you take to the press, and comfortable enough to look at the consequences of your own studio's actions for the past decade and ask the players you have ignored to please go make it stop. It is obvious that Bethesda has just been sitting pretty, doing whatever it is that they want, but
Pretty. Debatable. Just sitting. No pretty.
now, as it always does, the bill has come due, and their response to all of this pressure has been very
Let me guess. It's going to be like, oh, no, it's not their fault. We have been working very hard. Oh.
telling, which brings me to another studio under a huge amount of pressure that has taken a much more humble approach. And that would be Pocket Pair, because at the exact same time we have been watching all of this Bethesda news play out, we have been watching Palworld fight and climb right back to the top while spending the last 2 years being sued and harassed by Nintendo and Game Freak the whole way through. So let's talk about what they did. Palworld hit 1.0 on July 10th after 2 years in early access. Back during 2024, they hit 2.1 million concurrent players, the third highest number any game has ever pulled on Steam. And then after 1.0 went live, the count spiked all over again and peaked at almost 860,000 concurrent players.
I just know that the Japanese in the Nintendo headquarters are just seething. They are just staring at the stats and they are just like, this could have been us. This should have been us. I should have been me!
Making them one of the 15 biggest launches in the history of the platform. For the second time, at this point, they really are only competing with themselves. But even though those numbers are super exciting, that is not the part that I love the most, because for over 2 years, Palworld's Steam page had that little warning on it saying that the price may increase at or closer to the official release, which is pretty standard for early access, and Pocket Pair had every excuse in the world to raise it. They had more or less doubled the size of the game. The 1.0 patch notes alone ran 27 pages long. There are 72 new pals, a new world region, a combat overhaul. They have spent the last 2 years working so hard to earn people's trust, and I don't think anyone would have been angry about a $40 Palworld, but instead of raising the price, they discounted it at launch and posted.
Wait, how much is it? Hold on. Where's my Steam? How much does it cost? Is it not even 40? Palworld. 21 on sale? It's $30 normally and 21 on sale. Oh my god. That's crazy. I thought that this was like 40 to 60. Holy shit. Oh, that's kind of pog.
Wow, 12.
Wow.
This. After much thought, we have decided not to raise the price of
Aww. That's so wholesome. I'm shocked.
Palworld following the 1.0 release, and we'll keep it at $29.99. We are incredibly proud of how far Palworld has come. Thanks to the amazing support of our players, it has become a success beyond our wildest dreams. John Buckley, their head of publishing, even mentioned that while you don't need to wipe your data because they want to respect the time and effort you put in during early access, you probably should, because so much has changed that you would just have a better time starting fresh, which is exactly what I ended up doing, and it has already been a much smoother experience than what I remember, but also no more T-posing when I load in, so that's a little sad. So after 40 million players, a lawsuit from the godfather of the industry, after becoming...
Can I just say that I'm so happy that Nintendo, like, they sued them. I think they had to remove the ball mechanic, like that they cannot throw the ball anymore. but they weren't able to destroy the game, and I'm so happy for it. I am so done with Nintendo trying to just like generally companies. Do you guys remember when was it a Lord of the Rings game with the Nemesis system that apparently like you could beef with like NPCs and they would just like sort of hunt you during like the campaign or whatnot? And it's such a good idea, but there is like a goddamn like copyright thingy on it.
One of the biggest launches on the Steam platform.
Dude, that cat. I have seen that cat. Not in Pal World. But I have seen that cat.
Twice over, the takeaway from the Pokemon with Guns people is still nothing but immense gratitude, and we can't believe we get to do this. And I don't think the success and their response to all of this is just because they are nice, even though I'm sure that they are. I think it is because they know that the audience doesn't owe them anything. The industry as a whole doesn't owe them anything. They could.
Isn't it crazy that a company that had sold so many millions and had been sued and beefed with has less of an ego than your average Twitter artist? That's freaking crazy to me, man.
Have gotten angry about Nintendo and let everyone know prices would be raised in order to combat legal bills, and some people probably would have understood that. Or they could have just stopped working on the game, kept the early access money, and let that be the ending of everything, which happens all the time from studios who never had anything close to this kind of excuse. But instead, they finished it at the same price and then thanked us all for showing up. Not surprisingly, this whole approach has been a huge success, even despite the lawsuit, which, speaking of, Nintendo and Game Freak have pretty much all but lost at this point, with analysts now pointing Nintendo's odds against any current version of Palworld pretty much at zero. And
TPC and Nintendo could reportedly come away with as little as 30k if they win. Wow. 30,000. I think probably the lawyers cost more than that. Holy shit.
maximum damages of around $30,000, which is obviously chump change for old Ninty. The court technically still hears evidence in October, but they are probably going to lose big. So while Nintendo is out there shaking their fist like the Arthur meme, watching everyone go crazy for the game that they tried to sue out of existence, Palworld is over here printing money.
If they would be smart, if they would have any brain cells, they would make a game more like Palworld. Instead of making a new slop Pokemon game that is copy-paste, always the same, just in different like background. Oh, it's going to be beach, it's going to be France. They would work on a bigger project and make it something like that.
Thanking their fans and
No, the Ditto is amazing.
having a blast, completely unbothered. So if the
Do not trash talk Pokopia.
The past couple of weeks have shown us anything, it is that some studios buckle under pressure and blame everyone else, some ignore it completely, along with their fans, but then some every once in a while thrive in it and find a huge amount of success, and I think that a lot of it comes down to
I would do things to this cat. Like hug her respectfully and hold her hand tightly.
whether they still believe they have to earn their players or they think that they are just entitled to them and their money. Bethesda has had over a decade and a blank check, and when the bill finally showed up, the answer was that there will be a further delay, a press cycle about how hard everything is, and a Blue Sky post asking players to call
Who writes the Blue Sky? Who is even on Blue Sky? It's just the journalists and the people who can't handle Twitter.
Daddy Microsoft and defend them, using the game that they have been sitting on for 15 years as the reason.
6 people.
Come on now, guys. Ubisoft's answer to this pressure was to go back to basics with Black Flag, which has actually seen a lot of success, but you know, they had to Ubisoft it up by selling you a ton of optional microtransactions and a figurehead.
Bro, if you have microtransactions in like a single player game, honestly, you're just a cock. Like, really?
With a bra on it. Sony's answer to all of their backlash has been to say nothing, while the executives cash out and their customers walk away. And Nintendo's answer to pressure was not to respond with healthy competition, but to go to court over the concept of catching a creature. In all of these examples, none of these companies are really trying to earn our business or our loyalty. They are really not trying to do right by us. They are just so confident that the money is still going to show up because it always has. But it does kind of seem like times are changing, and at the same time, some are starting to wake up and change their ways. Xbox is at least trying to course correct and make up for years of bad decisions, but with all of this, with how the AAA industry
I'm glad. I'm glad that people sort of started to have like pattern recognition, and when you see that a certain game is being presented in one way or another, then they are like, ah, yeah, this is not for me, and they are just not buying it. And then it's just like Pikachu gasp. How is it possible? How is it possible that people are not buying our games?
Has been acting for so long.
Wow.
We've got to remember, none of these studios are owed our money or our decades-long patience just because they used to make games that we loved. We are well past that. Even Rockstar, with their solid track record, is not owed an $80 or $100 pre-order, especially when they have shown zero gameplay and refuse to give players who want one a...
Yeah, but the chick is like thick, so, you know. Like, who cares about gameplay when thick?
physical copy. I mean, it'll be almost a decade since Red Dead 2. How do
Red Dead Redemption!
you think that their studio and the people who work there have changed in the last 8 years? Something to think about. And it's not like I'm asking for any of these studios to be perfect or to never have a miss or to just hand us everything for free.
I think there is also a big difference between accidentally making a boring game, like, you know, you're trying your best but it's just, it kind of turns out mid, and between actively making decisions that, oh, your character is going to be fat and ugly and also unlikable, and we are also killing your main character that was the fan favorite just to push like a message or something.
I just want them to value us, their customers, the people who pay for their products, and to hold themselves to a standard that doesn't allow for a 15-year gap on a game, blowing millions of dollars and asking us to go call their parents on their...
I am still waiting for Judas. Judas was announced such a long time ago. Like the game from the BioShock creators. I'm not sure if it's going to come out before my 60th birthday.
behalf. And Power World is a great example, a indie studio that has spent the last 2 years battling
The cowboy one? The space cowboy one.
it out for the right for their game to even exist.
Don't we hate Ken Levin though? I don't know him. I don't hate him. I'm sorry. I have to consult with the Twitter people. Are we hating on Ken Levin? I don't know. Is he on the list?
Let alone even earning a player base. They could have charged more and chose not to. They could have gotten bitter and blamed everyone but themselves, but instead, they are just unbelievably grateful for their customers, for the position that they're in, and that respect and gratitude is absolutely paying off. All right, if you made it to the end of this video, but thank you so much for being here. Have you tried out Power World 1.0? If so, what are all your thoughts? Let me know.
I haven't, but if it's this cheap, it's 20 bucks, I might just buy it.
In the comments below. It has been so much fun starting a fresh account. As you can probably tell, I needed to talk about it with someone who isn't bound by marriage to listen. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.
It looks really cute.